What you have to do is to start the assessment for 2019, and after that, you go for the best ones so you can start 2020 with them. And in doing the assessment on Sammy Flex TV, I realized that one guy who brought fire at the last quarter of 2019 was the guy from Muse Africa, that guy who is always 18 years, Retrospect. We got him on and we said that why don't we start the year with him? Today being the first ever recording for 2020 for Sammy Flex TV, we caught Retrospect. We did not even allow him to rest. Personally, I've also not had enough rest like that. But still, life goes on. We are meeting for the first time to do a review of 2019, aka 2019 in retrospect. And we're going to touch on almost all the important happenings in our showbiz industry. And the ones we will forget, you can also add them to our list as well. My name is Sammy Flex, and he is Retrospect. He has another hidden name, aka George. George Retrospect. You can add that one if the deal is very, very official. Yes. But then if it is not official, you can simply say Retrospect 18 and you are good to go. He works with Muse Africa, and he has been working about 1 week without rest for Afro Nation. You'll get more information about that, and he will tell us why the bunch did not perform at the latter part of the program. Shout outs to Richie Flex, shout outs to Digital Rasta, that is Currency, and of course today in team is also from Safa Media to join us here on the show. And I hope you've had enough good time after the stress.
Sammy Afishapa. I feel competent. I feel say na maybe you know.
I feel say na driving.
She's a range and things. Some Lamborghini and things.
I don't know pay.
Me say na name cars Musa. Anti me na me sano me dream car pa a Mini Cooper.
Oh yeah. That car is sexy. But it's a female's car kind of.
Me car me dey dying. I love buildings and I love architecture and I love design. But I think Christmas was good. Half a year brought us. Last year we had a good year by the grace of God, especially at the last quarter, like you said. No, Christmas we did Afro Nation by the grace of God. After 1 year of thinking and 2 weeks of setting up, we had 4 days of execution. It was beautiful. Christmas in the night, Juma, it was all work through. I had a time, I think on 25th, and I went to the family. My father called me, so we went home. The whole family came together. Big ups to my dad and my mom and everybody that came together. Yeah. So I think it was good. It was a good time.
Oh, I see. All right. Personally, I have also been working here and there. I went to Quo to check out that is Bliss on the Hills. So I missed out on the Afro Nation event, though I follow online before I sleep every day. What else can we do? Let's go straight to the issues. I think about 17 items and more, but then we'll be hitting them one after the other. Let's start with one of the biggest events that I know. Hey, this year Charterhouse has left something. They put out the open nominations on 1st January. This year they've not done it.
I think today's a holiday, so let's give them some time.
Oh no, they still do it. What I know is that by the time you close from church, while I was going home, George Quay will release a press statement saying that they've opened nominations.
Last year, I think 2019, one of the biggest things that ever happened to us as Ghanaians in this country was to see our musicians, our 2 top dancehall artists go head to head on stage with some guns and all that.
They are still going to court in and out.
People were wondering if Ghana Music Awards will still do Ghana Music Awards 2020. So if today is 1st of January, in Filming Destiny first, that's about almost 4. That's a Mumbai nominations here. I think we have to be a bit worried.
How I wish there's a live program, so we just called George Quay to tell us why they've not released such a thing.
But people, I mean, last year I simply see in between Shatter and Stone, people were wondering if they will even go ahead to organize the Ghana Music Awards again. But I don't think that will be a hindrance to what they've worked towards for over 20 years. And, whatever the issues are, wherever the delay is, they have to quickly check it because there are other acts. Ghana Music Awards is a validator. Yeah. So every year we get artists who get validated from our scheme. So we get to also they get also be appreciated by the people. So last year, people have done well. It will be a beautiful thing to see Ghana Music Awards happening to validate them. So we hope that it comes up.
Now, do you think the industry learned a thing or two from what happened between Stonebwoy and Shatawale from the Grand Arena venue?
Yes, a lot. Very, very well. This last year, December, all the shows that happened in the country, we had less of violence. And we had...
But something happened. I think there was a show at Achimota Mall, so I hear a guy was stabbed to death. I don't have the details. It's sketchy, but I know for a fact it happened.
I mean, obviously, you mean solve everything around something that, like, when there's an issue. But at least, I mean, I feel like December, no, all the events took into consideration high, like, security. You know, making sure that people who come for the events are safe and all that. Obviously, you have, if you be a mensa room, you have one or two people who will do one or two things that will not go according to plan. But I don't just say in Sianshi. I mean, Omamuko Rapaholic, for instance, came out to say Rapaholic last year, December, was way better, you know, than the previous ones. So that tells you, say, thinking had gone into it, you know. Before in Ghana, but this time around, people picked up things from me.
People are now security conscious.
Exactly. So keys were picked. Even the ticketing and everything was different. You know, the whole December.
I remember Rapaholic, they used the metal detectors. I think December to Remember, same way. Exactly. They used the metal detectors. So now we are becoming security conscious. Obviously out of what happened
between Shatta and Stone at the Ghana Music Awards 2019.
All right, now let's move on to other issues. Awal and Famia's issue, have we put it to rest yet? Or you think the young boys, they are still suffering out of the outcome of some of these things?
No, this is the truth. I think they both benefited from their small brouhaha. But Nipa Ibia, na me feel say obe benefiting more. When me and capitalizing on it was a while. Because the song is doing well, but it's not as big as Familiar's song. I listened to Familiar's...
Familiar has been impactful than our in the Yanda review, I guess.
Yeah. So, I met Familiar UTV. He made a comment, and then I felt like, oh, Awa should have even jumped on it more. You know, but... Send a better anchor escalating and get into the fans. Now, anchor fans war. No? I like the way it all ended. The song came out, the song did well. As to whether it will become bigger than it is, we are yet to see it. But on issue, no dear, I feel so be a benefit people. Yeah.
Right. Now let's move on to Shatawale and the Beyonce feature. How far so far for our month, and again for our music industry in general?
Beyonce 2019 had a project called for the Lion King. The African project. So it was an Afrobeat project, and she had featured some people from Nigeria, Ghana, and everybody. Now, what Shatta gained from that thing was the biggest validation in music history. You know, when you Google Beyonce, Shatawale's name will come up. Beyonce is one of the most powerful artists in the world, and there are a lot of artists around the world who would die to have a feature with Beyonce. So 2019, I think one of the things that also took Ghana the name far in music was Shatawale getting on the record with Beyonce. At the same time, Guilty Beat also working with Beyonce. And you know, entertainment travels 2 times faster than what other people would do. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like entertainment will be 2 times faster than a politician talking about Ghana.
That's true.
Yeah, so I think Shatawale and Beyonce last year, 2019, is one of the things that took the name and the flag of Ghana high. And we need to recognize that, yeah.
All right, so once again, big ups to Shatawale, and it is our hope that the album even gets a nod in the Grammys, so that Shatta will also be considered as a Grammy winner, what the SM fans are waiting for. Sarkodie also made Ghana proud by winning the BETs.
Yeah, Sarkodie made Ghana proud, not just by winning the BETs, but by the message he gave after he picked the awards. You know, there's a school of thought that says that most of the hip-hop rappers or the hip-hop artists that came down to Ghana last year was more of it because of what he said on stage. That
was a hip-hop platform.
When he picked up the Best International Flow, he said, this year is year of return. If you're coming to Africa, choose Ghana. And then he came home and he became a hero. They gave him an ambassadorial deal with 0 job description. You know, and then he had a tag called Novdek Ambassador. Now they are there. But I think, last year Sarkodie did so well by even having the courage. You know, when you pick an award or when you are performing on stage as a big artist, sometimes maybe to me escape you. Yeah. You can literally plan your speech and get to the stage and somebody will look at you and everything changes.
Distracted, yeah.
Yeah, but for him to be that composed on stage and deliver what he wanted to say, I think last year he also gave us a big props as a country. So I was of the view that they should have just honored him for giving Ghana props on the stage than rather making him ambassador for Year of Return. Because Year of Return started in January. Not when he went to say that thing.
Not the November, December thing. Exactly. Anyway, Sak also gave us a song he called Year of Return. But as to whether really the song was about Year of Return is another thing. I'm sure it was just a party song he encoded, that what they gave to us. Now let's put these three together to talk about them. Stone Boy, Kelvin Boy, Black City. Are we going to see a correction among them? Are we going to see them working again? Or you think that it is over and over?
I think this matter. So a source close, this is exclusive, right? So a source close to the camp told me during the Afro Nation time that the Black City and Stonebwoy conversation has ended the friendship. The brotherhood
is over.
It's over. The brotherhood is over. And I asked the person, why are you saying that? This is a big thing to say. Because I know that Samini and Stonebwoy also had an issue before, but today they are best friends. I say Nana Yauti. Stonebwoy and Black City are not just friends, they are brothers. For a brother to overlook what another brother has done for him and just sell him out like that to the world, he doesn't think that they can come back from that thing. They can come back like Beat That K and Stonebwoy. They can have a chat. But yentimi yet send na yet first no a twem a call. It's done. So it got me
thinking, can't be repaired.
It got me thinking, say, so what exactly was the issue? Brothers like this end abruptly. What was it? Because this guy who told me this thing is very close to the two of them. There is a lot of bitterness between the two parties.
That is between Stone
and Black. But I like what Black City has done so far. Something that most Ghanaians will not do, or something that most Ghanaian managers will not do. Or something that most people in the arts industry. Unse Ghana Hano, say me ye ejuma na ye jaya. Obeti na oti ha no say me. Obeti ha no say me. No kase Black City nye bida. Onye bida. And I'm sure in his heart he would love to see his brother succeed. Yeah. He would love to see his brother go on. So if his brother is succeeding, and no one I'm fighting until now. So I think it's better. But as to whether the relationship can become like what it was 10 years ago, I don't think so. I think it's over.
And how about Kelvin Boy? Do you think it is because of what happened between Stonebwoy and Black City? That is what Kelvin Boy is also suffering now?
Every song that Kelvin Boy has done with Stonebwoy, he mentions Black City. Okay, he said Black City, where my lighter day. You know, every song.
He's still bringing the lighter.
So it tells you that the connection between Stone and Kelvin Boy came from Black City. And I mean him said Black City, why Kelvin home for 2 years. So if the person who brought you is no more there, this is like corporate politics. If your boss who employed you is being transferred to another department or company, or he is resigning, all the people he brought will suffer because he is no more there. So
new boss is coming.
So it's polite for you to just resign and go away. So Kelvin Boy is an end product of two brothers who are fighting. It's like when two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. So Kelvin Boy say so
he's the grass.
Yeah, until
but it looks as if he's doing fine.
No, but he was always going to do fine. Okay. Listen, Kelvin Boy was always going to do fine. I hate people who say that because you are not working with this person, you won't succeed. No, nobody is God. And you see, if you understand art and you understand music, you realize that even the biggest songs in the world does not even come from anybody, not even a musician. Say it here, you bet Mama Kevin Boy a big song by just saying what we are saying, and everybody will jump onto it. An example, Burna Boy at a point in his career was touring the whole world. Nobody gave a 2 cents about Burna Boy. I'm telling you, check 2008, 2019. Oh, follow Burna Boy. Burna Boy became prominent in the industry when Kanye West released an album and called the album Ye. Then Burna Boy had a song called Ye. So when you go on iTunes or Spotify or Deezer and people search Ye, Burna Boy comes. Then the song is so good, everybody was like, who is that guy? Then the story changed. Burna was doing amazing, no doubt. But that is the beginning of the change for Burna Boy. That is why in a video when that Kanye West album came out, he said, thank you, Kanye, we have 200% increase.
Wow.
So I hate people who say that, oh, Nanaya is not working with this guy anymore. Oh, Nanaya will suffer. No, you can't tell me that. It's art. No, it's art.
Let's find a way out and you're good.
Exactly. So Kevin Boy was always going to do better.
I see.
Listen, he performed at manifestivities. You should have seen the crowd. He was always going to do better. And even now, he has emotional marketing, emotional connection with people. Yeah. So all those who don't even know the story, when they hear the story, it's like, oh, why no?
Let's protect him.
Oh, yes, more. Nothing no oppressor. Oh, the song is good. So he was always going to do better.
I see. And yeah. All right, so that was about Kelvin Boy, Black CD, Stone Boy, and of course the 40-year comment. Can we bury it now? Can we seal it now? Or because I still get some people coming here and there talking about it. Recently, Brainer was in our studio and he talked about it as well.
A 40-year comment, it has received different comments because of the person that said it. And the circumstance around the time he said it. If like Stoneboy had said it on a normal video, nobody would have said anything. But because around that time, on the Black CD nyasem, on the Kevin Boy nyasem, Anna,
and it was on an award scheme platform.
My background and the Black CD was at the award scheme, Anna, there's tension between the two of them. And therefore, I question, okay, I have the stage now. It's like when you are with somebody and you want the person to see you are doing well, you do. It's like opening a girl or mojai fresh. Boy, anybody be my guy who say he's okay. Guy say be my boy who say he's okay. So that's what Stoneboy just did. Stoneboy just did what somebody in love who has just suffered broken heart will do. But the way I'm on for the pen and the paper, music is spiritual. Don't call an unfamiliar spirit into a conversation that does not need any spiritual thing. Don't see. We are rather evoking the spirit of that language into existence by even giving it a meaning. This is very spiritual. Say, same see one. Say, "Ka bobi." Na say wuni ho na yebusawa. Ka say, "Oh, na mi ni ho." And but now so say, na watcham no, one left, right, na wuni ho, sister. I asem ne see ye. You see onim. See and obia hu there Stoneboy was in a certain time and moment around the time he made the comment. He himself on Joy FM, he said that it is only a few who understand what he said, because it's like when you are in a classroom and your teacher teaches everybody, some will become first, some will become last. But I can tell him so, boy, listen, this is music. We all know how music is spiritual. We don't evoke an unfamiliar spirit into a system that is not even working.
All right.
40 years in a womb. Listen, stars are born. This year, last year alone, Kofi Mole shine, Famia shine, Kevin Boy shine, Kwame MP shine. Charlie, boys are shining. So you cannot, listen, you cannot say that your 40 years will have an impact. It won't have an impact on anybody. These boys will shine. They will become bigger. You also become bigger.
More will come.
More will come. And Ghana's name will go higher and higher and higher and higher.
All right, so for the first time, I know that Nanaya also has some spiritual tendencies in him. I didn't know until today, because he said this is spiritual. Well, I understand. I cannot complain anymore. Now, let's talk about Ogidi Brown, when his issues with Famia started, and the fact that he signed a new artist called Crime Officer. And now that the eggs and the schnapps are being displayed on the tables of signing, what will happen to our music industry?
Boy, need Dintin Ogidi Brown, they snap and egg in the
No, I doubt.
I'm telling you. Boy, needing to know Ogidi Brown. This is also.
No, I mean, Ogidi Brown knew about the name. He knows the meaning. And the meaning is not what we know.
So I mean, when we were in school, right? You what SS no? It'll be a fun nickname. And a boy be fine nickname except for the suspect. If you call dining there, be who and say, but you take the meeting, you be suspect. I still know my name. Oh, on your Samsa to Tama, Obi Chen say, a dinner of our tone was in yet. Sesano. You see, that's why if you give birth, if you're a parent, that's a work, that's a woman calling. What's Nasi only prefer Nasi? No matter discuss a dean because names have powerful impact. I am telling you, sir, this is spiritual too. Ogidi Brown, listen, Ogidi Brown picked the snap and the egg, not because of what familiar did to him, but because of the name of the boy. I'm telling you, you can ask him. Spiritual, I'm telling you. Opa Busano. Listen.
2020, our year of spiritualness.
Listen, say, oh, sign artist. Ogidi Brown naksa nimu waka wa uso no say all my family nene ye embe block obi shine.
I will be blessing. Yeah.
He understands the game that he's in. It's a win some, it's a lose some, right? But for artists, na ni din ye crime suspect. I was say obo homo de na ojina ho ye.
Crime officer.
Crime officer because otine bi obetimi eja ho akọ.
So you think it is because of the name?
May say if the boys will change his name, Ogidi Brown will drop that contract and sign a new contract. I'm telling you.
I see. All right. So were you thinking that Famia was going to be affected by that issue? Because so many people described him as an ungrateful artist. He suffered some 1 or 2 media bash here and there. Did we think that it was going to worry him in a way?
Memitie Ogidi Brown with you on Sammy Flex TV, you know. By the way, that's a very beautiful. I think Sammy Flex I'm catching. Me sunya die bi wom na saa de no se nto wa na se obi ka asem kire wa woni be die echi na e de ade se woni obi ye adwuma wa music industry mo Ghana the moment the person becomes your brother or becomes closer and business is locked somewhere there's always a point where there will be a breakup. Unza oka se ofa family se ninya o se na taade o se ne mpaboa nti there was a business na ekasa no onu onya emotion because nipa na be ye hunua nse be o kakra na ending omama say akwa say stone boy ne Kevin boy ye nim the real issue a ma mutu ne ye den but Chrome has say no manager has ever won any issue with an artist before.
That's true.
But Ogidi Brown will win. Me nim family o and I mean Ogidi Brown. Metie omutu no metie family kasa metie Ogidi Brown kasa metie family wa Happy FM on Dr. Khan metie Ogidi Brown e wa wuso no so metie no e wa TV3 on Miss Jean. I can tell you say Ogidi Brown will win this case. For now, you see music when something goes wrong and everybody is blaming the manager, it takes time for people to say, "Oh, Senna," and
the manager was not a problem.
And see, right now time will tell. But me come here family free advice. Come here family, I will go back to Ogidi Brown. Let's sit down. Near cast and maybe on person be home. Until Peubidi when you man.
No, Ogidi Brown would want to meet any day. Any day.
Be home. See the Peubidi when him. Now young call say, "Bra, one I will be a kind mommy." You see, let me do another spiritual thing. Bible they say when between Elisha and Elijah, right? There was something called a double portion. He said, "If you can see me go," you see, Ghana Hanana obi bie do mo obia or Rema no wasa tum. Onim no mea or their man. He has no idea the curses that he has given himself.
As in family.
No, ask me my example.
Oh, okay.
You understand? You see, when somebody opens a door for you and you come into the door and you can even see the person become successful, you become twice as successful. If you don't build hate, so I mean, you see Elijah and Elisha example. Now, see if you can see me go, double portion will be yours. So if Famaya in this country, if Famaya and Ogidi Brown have an issue, Ogidi Brown opened the door for Famaya, there is no way Famaya should stand anywhere and say anything about Ogidi Brown because he opened the door that he could have just shut before you, but he opened for you. And he said, "Uni mo bia, obetimi ni makwa." Uko say, "Bra, una obi e kwan no." And he said, "Obi e kwan yi de, Mr. They see bia." Information nche, bra. Na de ube shira mi a, shamna mi eden. Na mi nko anase se mi mbo show na tete usika, mebo na tete usika. In shira na e wo sa de mu odin. Ebe di we chi ache. Say, munya akatakasa or de oya bese ni mu.
All right, so this is 2019 in retrospect with Nana Wiredu of Muse Africa fame, and we are looking at some of the headlines, some of the powerful or happenings that we saw in 2019. Moving on, we are going to talk about one of the biggest beef in 2019, if you ask me. That is the medical and the strongman clash. This year, they entertained Ghana with rap. This one will give you a time, 8 p.m. I'm dropping.
10 a.m.
I'm dropping. Do you think the industry benefited from it, or even they themselves as artists benefited from it?
I think, but you see, I think strongman. This whole beef was strongman that benefited.
Why do you think so?
First, have you seen his life change after the beef?
Maybe that was just coincidental. Maybe that was just coincidental. No, I remember. Wait. I remember the moment he left Sarkodie's label, that is Success Music. He tweeted or something like that that his car was coming.
You see.
No, talking about life change.
No, earlier on.
It is about a car.
Earlier on, I made a point.
He got a baby and maybe a house or something.
Earlier on, I made a comment. Say, those who tell people that because we are not working together again, you won't succeed now. Okay, I can say, this is art. If you are not in the carnival, but could do port as a could share X amount of money. But because the beef in the buy and it didn't cost so say, boom. It costs about 2-3 times bigger than the one that they deny him to be. So you might have some favors that thing will bring you. The reason I'm saying it's strongman that benefited is because Medical dropped a song after the whole beef. The song didn't do too well, but strongman's song did very well.
Which song was that?
Medical had a song called Drip, featuring Joey B and Kofi Mole.
That song, that is what it will do because of its nature. I listened to it and it's a serious hard hip hop song.
That is how
Ghana, the hip hop thing.
God designed art. People's blessings comes in many forms through art. So we can meet right now and have a beef, and it's not a time for it is my time for me to shine. But me no one yes beef na me shoot it. Nti obanya deal but me yam de ebe kosro. So that whole thing, the industry, yes, we had a good time. It brought rap back. Obiani G, but nipo benefited here. And I me feel say now the time to shine was strongman, and I'm happy. So he was able to jump on it and do bigger things.
Capitalize.
Yes, and one thing I like about him is his self-composure. Even after the whole hype, he was so composed. So I think that he benefited from that beef.
Okay, now one thing about artists and their fan base is that they are always ready to kill. They are ready to do anything for their fan base. And Kwao Kese suffered the same fate during the Rain concert at the Fantasy Dome in Accra, 2019, to be specific. I don't know whether what happened to Kwao Kese, the fans will learn a word or two from it, so no one will repeat it anywhere again.
Oh, I think so. 2019, yes, Kwao Kese. After you've thrown jargons and words at Shatawale, you go on stage to perform at a show. And I was telling some, I was saying on the show, saying, fans need to have a business to grow a song or to get a song popular. You are tarnishing the image of the person he sees as a hero. So he will come after you. So you have to be careful when you are trying to get into a beef space with some certain artists. Those who have fan bases that are like core loving fan base.
You dare not try them.
You dare not, because if the person has over 1 million fans, you have 10% of those fans who are very, very core. That is their superhero. It's like Kiss and Superman or Batman. If you go and tell them they are fake, they might probably cry on you the whole day. So you have to be very careful. But I mean, Kwao Kese did the best any artist will do by getting a hit song from the whole situation. And that's another example of how art can bring you blessings. I condemn the act of throwing bottles at him on stage, but that could also tell you, it was supposed to add up to his hit song, Dondo. And then if that thing hadn't happened, he would have probably had one hit song. But now he had more than one hit song in 2019, which is good.
All right, so next time, fans, let's know how to do some of these things, especially when other artists are involved. Now, we are still going to talk about Cardi B and the Kebab saga. Yeah. We will also talk about CJ Bigaman and Rick Ross. Let's put them together because they have the same stature of a sort.
Yeah. Let me start with CJ Bigaman. Big up CJ Bigaman. Big up, big up, big up. I think that was one daring thing. In US, it happens every time. When some of these big stars, they go to the hood, you find the hood rappers who are very good approaching them
what they've got.
Yeah, approaching them and telling and trying to get a deal out of it. We've seen people being signed from that same idea. So big up. One thing I saw I'm very, very happy was people allowing him to rap to Rick Ross. Yeah. I know that one security guy wanted to try, but I don't feel say na new like he wanted to prevent him. Ebia na nipa na eba no. Or just say ebia nipa never find ebia kama ne kwan kakra. Because once he started rapping, everybody stopped, and even Rick Ross took out his phone to video. It's a big thing. Now, that is what we want our artists to do. Be aggressive in marketing. Be aggressive in thinking. You see, think like a Nigerian, act like a Ghanaian. Then you can move further in this music circle. I made a example some time ago, and somebody commented and said, "Hey, Davido want to wait for Quavo." Ha ha ha. You see, that is what the Nigerians will not tell you, because when they tell you the trick, you will do the same thing, and then you become bigger than them. So they won't show you the way. But I know, even at Afro Nation, I know Nigerian artists who were waiting to see some other artists because they wanted the collabo. I saw it at the backstage. Artists nearby just because they wanted a collabo, and
he did not feel big.
No, bro, these guys from Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and the Francophone countries, their numbers are crazy. If you check their YouTube numbers, especially the guys from Congo, Cote d'Ivoire, and the Francophone countries, they have crazy numbers. Okay. Crazy numbers. Obitimi 17 million in 1 hour. YouTube views. Yes, Inosbi. Check. There's a guy called Inosbi. People don't know him in Ghana. 17 million in 1 hour. Check. He has a video with Diamond. Check the views. So somebody said, "Hey, now how did Bisakeda get his numbers on Spotify?" Then I said, "You don't know what you're talking about. Bisa is sitting on the Francophone numbers."
That's true.
He's one of the biggest Ghanaian artists in the Francophone area.
I think I agree.
Yeah. So all numbers are crazy. You would think Nigeria is the biggest. I'm sorry. What the Francophone number, man, it is crazy numbers. What man say? So CJ Bigaman was a big deal. I like what he did, and I actually like the fact that he actually tried to jump on the opportunity by sharing his new music, by going on some interviews to say, "Yo, I'm the guy that blah blah." What CJ can do is that he can get a good PR company that can do the PR. For him.
All right. So yesterday he was here, and I told him that we are still looking for promoters abroad, those who would want to come and take us to US of A to do some connect. Why not? CJ Bigaman is also ready for that business. So Cardi B and the Kebab saga, I'm sure we talked about it not very long ago.
Yeah. I think we all know what happened. We all know organizers of the events didn't try, and up till now, 2020, no response.
I hear Sarkodie explained when he went to Hits FM for an interview. I am yet to get the details he shared though, but I saw a headline that Sarkodie finally talks about why he did not go to the Cardi B concert.
But what's happened to the organizers?
Oh, they are not talking.
Yeah, I'm not like it's oh my God. Up to now, if there are some lessons to be learned from that thing, repeat. Then we will say, "Oh, and Ghana has said here, we should demand accountability from these live sports organizers. We all know EIB was part of the event, BTL was part of the organizers. Okay. Let's demand it. I mean, media has been put it out and hit them. Becca and the husband explain what happened. Then a woman here, because this is a new year. This year, big stars are coming. I know 2 stars that are coming even for Independence and next quarter. Yeah. Two big stars.
I have also heard Buju might come to Ghana.
Exactly. So if it was a backstage problem, we can only learn when they share.
Okay.
So let's demand it.
Okay, thank you, Nana. Now let's move on to do the other business. Here we are talking about the accident at a Welcome to Sotum concert put together by Medical. Some people got injured. I interacted with some of them even on this platform. Do you also think, once again, we've learned a lesson from what happened?
Medical, because I know, say, no artist will want to do a show. And at the end of the show, there will be beautiful highlights of the day. But we will leave that and come and talk about people who are hurt and injured. No artist will want that. I really doff my hat off to them for going through the whole hospital and making sure, say, everybody that got hurt, was taken care of. But let's learn how to deal with professionals in our industry. If you're an artist, like what Sarkodie does, like what all the big artists did. If you're an artist and you want to put up a concert, it's not wrong. You can just go to any big event company, sit down,
and handle it for
you. And work it all out for you. You can just be there to make sure they do the right things. But because experience comes to play when you're doing events in Ghana. Especially demarcation and using barricades and don't go here, don't pass it, don't pass it.
The production of the whole event in entirety.
Yeah. So I think,
let's get professionals to work.
Let's get professionals. This year, 2020, let's get professionals to help us build all our events. They might charge you a bit, but you get a professional work, and next year you can do it again. It's better than doing it once and people will not show up next time because they are afraid when they come, they might get hurt.
I see. This is still 2019 in retrospect here on Sammy Flex TV, and I'm doing this with Nanaya Redu, aka Nanaya 18 of Muse Africa. As we start to get to the bottom of the whole thing, now let's get into the serious or the bigger ones. Year of return. We talk about events during the December season, and again we come to the last 10, which will be the most impactful artists or entertainment personalities in 2019. Let's do it this way. Most impactful entertainment personalities in 2019. So first year of return. After that, we'll come to the event during December, Afro Nation being on top of the agenda, and we'll wrap up with the most impactful celebrities in 2019. Now, year of return, and maybe the benefits we've accrued from it.
First of all, I've seen that people are begging year of return up. So my idea and my idea and then part of year of return.
Why are you alone saying this? Because so far, I think the whole country, we are all up in arms saying thank you to them for a good job done. But you think they've not done anything?
When him say, the year of return people, right, they know, say, by the time T.I. drops and Beyonce's mother will drop, you will forget every mistake that they have done in the past. Ghana. Paint the picture nice, and then everybody will praise you. Then in Pana T.I. by what did we get from it?
He went to the Cape Coast Castle.
Okay, so to me, no money because your African didn't even extend to any other part of the region. It was only in Accra. Of Cape Coast, and I said, Cape Coast, no, people made sales. And I said, Kumasi. Year of return, it's not only Accra and year of return. It was only here. It was only here.
Or someone can also argue that it was because we had most of the events happening in the city. That's why the people also arrived here. The people arrived here in Accra. That is
the more reason why it's the year of return. The more reason why you planned the event in 2017. The more reason why you had a lot of time to fix all the major or minor problems like accommodation. It was a big problem. You have to tell some idea about what Kuma say, no. Omo ye buomo. E wo Kuma. Mama kan ha take a intro.
Omo ye buom.
Ye buomo Kuma, remember?
Now they are already there, giving us some one or two negative reports.
Post alert on year of return. I'm shocked that people are not talking about the flaws the year of return had. Aside from the fact that we were, into bracket as usual, unprepared for the sheer numbers of people who were coming in from the get-go. Is nobody going to talk about the thousands of people who have been
stranded
in the past few weeks because, as usual, Ghanaians love to be perceived as killing it whilst under the water we are. Like hell, not to drown and failing miserably. See,
So it means some visitors or foreigners came and they were stranded?
Yes, plenty people. Boss.
What happened? They did not have accommodation, they did not book with their people or what?
One said someday be show no, and I will make a comment we say, forget about the media. The people who are even supposed to know what to do around the foreigners, and I said, our brothers, and they don't even know anything. That's what happened. You see, don't get me wrong, it's nice to see T.I. It was nice to see Beyonce's mother, Boris Kujo. It was nice to see all these people. But the truth of the matter, what did we gain? Mr. Ajimai, CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority, was on radio was on Peace FM. And this was he said the year of return estimated advertising 600 million. From it 600 million. Sika the investment they had gained from it. They have gained from merchandising to everything. Is less than 200K. Or no sense to say they had corporate support from GT Bank, 150K. But he said, even in the beginning, the corporate bodies did not even believe in the year of return. Why? Because there was nothing special about the year of return. What was it? What was it? The mechanics be my journal line said year of return so far has milked 1.9 billion. 1.9 billion. So this year, 2020, we want the government to read budgets and tell us projections. They shouldn't come and say, Mr. Speaker, the creative art industry is so and 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 so forth.
They should give us the specifics.
Give us the breakdown, just like how you treat the fishing industry, the mines industry. Because if you are saying that we had 1.9 billion, even if it is estimated projections, we should still have the breakdown. But as the year of return itself, boss, let's be sincere with ourselves. Let's see. All those who pull up the events, they are the ones who have made the year of return exciting.
Okay. As in the private event producers.
Every private event guy or artist who put an event up in this country, they are the ones we are supposed to beg up for making our December edition of Year of Return exciting. Right. Because Year of Return began in January. If in January 2019, I said December, because Cardi B was in Ghana, because T.I. came to Ghana, Beyonce's mother was in Ghana, Boris Kujo was in Ghana, Steve Harvey was in Ghana, I should clap for you there. I won't. Because listen, at one event, I saw Akon, I saw all these, I saw Ludacris and everybody there.
Okay, Nana, so let's wrap up on the year of return so we can do the event and the most impactful celebrities.
Yeah. Sammy, so Emma December activities not overshadow the real issues. One thing I like about the year of return was the fact that they were able to be present and also share content. But that is not ideally their core mandate. You understand? The people who were supposed to benefit from the thing, they didn't benefit. Accra from Kwano benefit here. All the events that happened in Kumasi, Cape Coast, Takade and things, I don't know. Apart from the big shows, maybe they followed Made in Tadi, Kofi Kenata. Maybe they follow Floating Stone at the mall.
Maybe Stoneboy in Tamale.
Yes, Stoneboy in Tamale. But apart from that, what exactly?
And in Ko as well, Bless on the Hills.
Yeah, what exactly did happen? All the people that let's say if they brought all the people down, what did the people impact? Even T.I. till now has not posted anything about Ghana.
Okay, thank you so much. Year of Return, we wish you well. Now that you've launched Beyond the Return, we are still following to see how it will go. Our time is running out.
Come that's it. True. I did with Facebook. Was very. I feel it's something that we should all look at. Say Abia, after never must go the Juma Manai. Some say beyond the year of return. And since Abia after you be the impact of what it is and what they want to do. But until then, I think the year of return, like we said in the beginning of the year, all the activities have been very done in silos. They don't make noise about it until Nim at the cry. Then I'm here.
Okay, now about the events. Because you were part of Afro Nation and you did not attend most of these events in December, let's go straight to Afro Nation. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And first, I'm sure I can ask, why did Dibanji not perform?
Well, I think that's more of a technical reason. So I am not really privy to that conversation. But what I know is that every artist, It wasn't really the band that didn't perform. People are saying the band. It's not really the band.
Well, Kofi Kinata also performed just two or three songs.
3 songs. So, I mean, there are technical reasons that happen around Afro Nation. So, I mean, organizers are, if you speak to Rudy Kwachi, I'm sure he'll be able to sort that one out. But apart from the band, I think Rantan was not in town. So Rantan
couldn't come.
I didn't see Rantan on stage.
And once again, I've heard, I read something that the organizers have not put out any reason out why
the band
did not perform.
So knowing the Afro Nation people, I'm sure by the end of the holidays, you have
which you are part, and
you have
and on such an occasion, Nana would demand answers. So why
yeah,
you not doing
we
it?
have actually. We have, even internally, you know, we are dealing with a pro team. So internally itself, questions were asked. Like for instance, you put out an artwork. I don't know if you guys pay attention to it. Like when the times of the performances were changed, every time it was being communicated. Yes. These are I'm telling you, these are like pro, because I can't come and sit here and bash somebody and then when it's my time I'll come and do kakatasi. So no. So they themselves, like the main organizers themselves, they know. So every time we change, even the gate opening, there's a communication. When we change the artist lineup, there's a communication. When we change the artist performance time, there's a communication. You understand? So I'm telling you, you have.
So what would be the good and the bad out of the Afro Nation that you want to share with us?
The good is in numbers. The experience is in numbers. Like the things that we have learned as a local host that we can share with our fellow people, and we can share with our fellow country people, and then build on our events. You know, professionalism is key in everything that you do. Think to the last bit or last coin of your idea. Don't leave anything out. Risk can be managed to about 10 or 5 or 2% at every event. So we learned a lot, and we are ready to share what we learned to the people. The bad thing that happened is that I think the first day they promised VIP, but there was no VIP. But they had an issue with the VIP, so they communicated it to the people. But a lot of people didn't get the communique early, so they were fuming on social media that there was no VIP, there was no VIP. But the next days and all that, it was solved. Let me share one thing that I learned at the Afro Nation. So when there's a problem, let's say on day 1, day 2, all the problems are solved. Like I'm telling you, like.
The moment they identify the problem.
Yes, I'll give you an example.
The next moment they solve
like
every
day
issue.
1, they had an issue with VIP. Day 2, VIP was solved. Day 1, they had I think they had a lot of people going to places where they were not supposed to go to. It was solved. Increase in security, it was done. Paying attention to every single person. So even outside the event space, you have security men who are about 20 or 30 or 40 standing at every point, checking to make sure, say, are you okay? Maybe are you okay? Who you okay? I'm telling you that these people, like these organizers, did everything that they could to minimize risk to the 0%. I'm not sure. I was at Afro Nation for 4 years. I'm not sure I had anything like fight or anger or nah. I didn't.
Everything was smooth.
Smooth, boss. Because if the problem come for first day, the next day is solved. It's not left to say, oh yeah. No. It's solved.
Okay, so what it means is that Ghanaians and the world over, we have accepted Afro Nation events, and every December, wherever you are in the world, you can also join us to do the Afro Nation concert. I couldn't go there because I was out of town. We also went to Kwao to experience Bliss on the Hills, put together by Core Republic.
So
that is Brian Achampon and his people. Once again, big ups to you. But then I also think you guys could have done better, especially putting Stoneboy in the club, putting Kofi Kinata in the club, and rather reversing and putting Kwesi P, Kofi B, Dada Hafko, Amachi Dede, Kwame Zagi, and Dada KD on the street. I think that was the reverse. I think next time, put Stoneboy and other people on the street, because they have street following, and you can put that KD and Kwesi P and Co in the club. That is what I think I would give to you guys as an advice.
Yeah, I also feel most of the acts that came to perform at Afro Nation, you know, they came in and out. So some people were wondering at what point did they come into town. Yes, because some of them were playing gigs at the same time. But the organizers made sure say they were there on time. But one,
I knew the video was playing Gabon, yes, blah blah blah.
Yeah. But I want to big up the local media, bloggers, influencers, everybody. I'm so grateful. Like the support, the sharing, the likes, you know. I mean, every blogger will tell you when you enter the space. I had a chat with advisor, the DJ advisor, and he was telling me, he said, "Yo, people need to come and see this before you sit on Facebook and write anything trash." And I'm like, "Oh, why?" He said, "Yeah, because you see, if you're watching on TV, you will not see."
Comes with a different
The
feel.
experience is not even on the stage. The experience is the ambience at Afro Nation. The fact that it was a cashless system, how we're paying for food and water and everything cashlessly. You have a wristband that pays for everything. It's cashless, and yes, and it moves things faster. The treatment of vendors, how vendors treat customers or attendees, everybody was trained. But big up to Ghana media, George Britton, everybody, they all saw it for themselves. They were like, wow, this is something that we can all learn and share. So big up to everybody who supported us and shared the event and everything. We'll put out the statements very soon.
Okay, so we are wrapping up here on the 2019 in retrospect. Nana, who will be your most impactful artist in 2019 in Ghana?
Sarkodie.
And tell me why. Sarkodie.
Yes.
Why is Sarkodie the most impactful artist for nanayao18.com?
I think Sarkodie in 2019 proved more than enough why he's Sarkodie. A year before, he had backlash. I know, Anna, he doesn't have a song. Anna, he's fading. Anna, he's doing this. Then the next year, Sarkodie dominated Ghana music chart with not less than 8 songs. You can check everybody's top 10. Check randomly.
I think I agree.
Sarkodie killed 2019. He literally came with a goat and a knife and killed it. It's like you don't have time. He doesn't have time for you to come and think. The moment you're thinking about a song, he's giving you another song. So he did it in a so perfect way that when you put Sarkodie's hit songs all together and you separate it from the Black Life album, that's another album on its own. If you take Sarkodie's Black Life album and you put just the hit songs that he released, Do You, the one with Rude Boy, Ofechon, Year of Return, if you take Can't Let You, and you put all together, it'll be album. He gave us 3 projects in one, but people are not paying attention to it. He gave us the Alpha tape, the hip hop tape, did so well. Then he gave us hit songs, hit singles. Then he said, "Oh, my team and I, we don't want to go to Obwa." When he said, "Okay, say bar, you be excited enough." So he built the anticipation for the
momentum.
Yes, and he got the people. You know, aside that, his stage appearances, this is my first performance. Amazing.
That show was great.
Yes, till date, like every time I watch his performance on YouTube, I go like, Sarkodie nim send a drink. You know, his appearances that he did in 2019, strategic appearance that he did in 2019, people are not paying attention to it. He made some key places that he went to. His connection with the media in 2019. His connection with
was the best, huh?
With even bloggers. Go to Sarkodie's page on Twitter. Go back to 2017, 16, 15. You will not find more Ghanaian blogs or names on his Twitter timeline. 2019, retweet.
And I also think I saw something Sarkodie is doing that I want him to continue. If you are a blog and you write something good about him, he will put it on his Facebook and other platforms as well. I think it's a good thing.
Memes Africa. I think to test of our stories about Sarkodie, you put it whether good or bad, he retweets and he comments. Like 2019, whoever is speaking to him, they should maintain that same energy and bring it to 2020. I'm praying that he finds investors and then he's able to expand his reach and do more collabos to take him out of the system so he can be that brand that we know or we want him to be. But my most impactful artist of 2019 is Sarkodie.
All right, I'm not sure there's going to be any challenge on this. We all saw his works. We all saw Rapaholic. Personally, I was there, and it was a great event. Wow. I never thought we were going to finish with this so soon. But then, God being so good, we have been able to touch on all the important and the necessary topics that transpired here in our industry in 2019. Remember that Ghana Weekly, this year, it is going to be coming to you more often now that we have our studio setup done.
Big man.
I know, right? Nanaya says, as you mentioned them, no, we are shooting from our studio.
Yes.
So now that we have it done, you know we're going to give you more. Thanks so much. His name is Nanaya Redu. And of course, on Facebook, Nanaya Redu. On Twitter, he is Nanaya18. And on Instagram, Nanaya18 blog. Just go ahead and check him out and let's do more. I have just one name. My name is Sammy Flex. Production was done by Digital Rasta Currency as well as Richie Flex. It has been the Ghana Weekly. Happy New Year to you. Let's do more and Ghana shall prosper.
Peace.